Race number 5 at Belmont Park. It is Perth. Race number 9 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1400 metres, and although not the strongest field here, there are a few horses that I think we're expecting to see in Saturday's. Charleston was a nice winner going to the new stable with Justin Warwick. Then even Eyes Wide Open and Special Jewel, two that we'd expect to take that next step.
And Express Snooper, of course, Adam ran 6th in the WA Guineas. But let's have a look at the replay of last start winner Kim Shanghai winning first up.
Roast under pressure down towards the rail. Noah's Whisper, Lady Valorum trying to thread its way through. Thor's Touch heads the remainder. We've touched the clouds, but knuckle down when they go by the 200 comes at Kim Shanghai. It's Kim Shanghai rolling back to the fence. The leader still a half a length on knuckle down, taking a day to get past it. Kim Shanghai's holding it. And down the outside, Blue Tracer, 3 generations, but it's Kim Shanghai. Kim Shanghai.
It's a nice win there by Kim Shanghai with $61 on the ring when we were doing the preview, then came out and won as a $26 chance. It was a leader's day, that must be mentioned, and this horse went straight to the front. Speaking to Shelby Botel post-race, she just said the moment another horse gets in front, that's it. So they have to stay out in front and keep going. Just not sure, going up in weight, if this horse is going to be able to do the same thing. Not
ideal qualities for a racehorse, particularly one you want to back, but we've also got in the race number 4, Express Snooper. As I mentioned, this is a horse that ran second in a Group 2 WA Guineas. The format of that race is really starting to be questioned now with the likes of Spirit Bird and Man Booker. Spirit Bird's off to Sydney, and Man Booker ran a couple of times in the autumn, but didn't really show much.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. How long do you start holding on to past form? And Express Snooper, you're right. If you just put the form lines out on the table, this horse just wins and wins comfortably. But take a look at the recent runs, and it certainly hasn't been there. The one thing I will say, though, is even take a look at those last few runs. Beaten 5 lengths by Uptown Funk, one on Saturday. Beaten 2.5 lengths by Majinka, one on Saturday as well. So they are strong enough form lines. This is a much weaker assignment. JARRAD NOSKE takes a ride. He will be able to get the best out of this horse. Don't be surprised to see it win.
Yeah, absolutely. And at $11, you might think that's a bit of overs, but we know what this horse can be like. Number 6 in the race as well, Special Jewel. Now, this horse ran second last start behind Jaspara, the well-backed Jaspara. Good to see Mathieu Autier get a chance on it, the young Frenchman.
Well, Eyes Wide Open and Special Jewel both come out of that same run. That Special Jewel got the real cruisy run on the inside, just sat behind the leader, had the cutaway as well, and just was able to attack the line strongly, going down by 1.3 lengths. Eyes Wide Open on the other side was wide throughout, then wide at the top of the straight as well, and just faded late. And for that reason, I think the barrier turn here, barrier 6 for Eyes Wide Open, barrier 9 for Special Jewel, I think that'll be the difference. So I'm going to tip number 5, Eyes Wide Open, from 2, Charlestown, number 6, Special Jewel, and 4, Express Snooper.
I'm going the 6 on top, Adam, from the Grant and Alana Williams stable. Special Jewel from the 4, Express Snooper, number 8, Greater Impact, and number 1, BERGIO.
Race number 6 at Belmont Park, it is Perth. Race number 10 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1400 metres. A couple of Saturday class gallopers in this race as well, and a few that are in really good form.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 1, Ishmael. We saw this galloper run it surprisingly well for second last start behind Countercat.
Running Coruscation got back there to third last, and then Pegatigo Portonian down by the 300. McCrawfie's Hope challenged now by Bangalore. It's Bangalore quickly looming up, got a neck in front with Countercat, Coruscation and Ishmael running on behind them. It's Countercat at the 100, reaching the lead now. Headed off Bangalore, McCrawfie's Hope. Coruscation can't do any better, and it's a first up victory here for Countercat.
Really strong performance there by Ishmael. The last 2 runs have been really good for this now 9-year-old. Of course, we've seen this horse have been through so many stables. Was going to race in the Winterbottom a couple of years ago before getting injured, then went up to Geraldton, now back here in Perth and racing well as well. The question mark here has to be the 1400 metres. This is a horse that has now had 38 career starts, has won over $100,000, as I said, almost went to Winterbottom, and has never raced over this distance. Has been with trainers like Adam Durrant. For mine, it hasn't raced over the distance because they know something.
From barrier 3, it should get a nice soft run though, so I'm willing to take the punt. I really like the run last start behind Countercat. And Countercat's a little bit special too. Let's have a look at number 10 as well, Futurism. This 7-year-old now, mare by Lonhro. I think if she fails here, it's time for the breeding barn.
I said I'd never ever put her on top again, and I went through this race and there was just no way that I couldn't put her on top. A nice each way chance again. You go through the form lines and it's just impossible not to have her on top. But go back 5 runs ago, carrying 57 kilos, was beaten 2 lengths by a point in the same grade. Then in the same grade, the next start was beaten a length by Infatuated, carrying 57 as well. She's carrying 51.5 here. 6 kilos less. There's no Infatuated. There's no point in this field. I really didn't want to put her on top, but I just couldn't ignore the stats.
I understand if it's thinking. And then you look at the stats though, 11th, 10th, 11th, the last 3 starts. It's you're a brave man, Adam. We've also got in the race though, number 7, Studio 54. I liked the run last start. It was on It was on a track where you couldn't make up too much ground and conceded since one.
Well, the positive as well, Studio 54 normally gets better with each run as well. Has a really good second up stats there. 4 career starts, 1 victory and 2 thirds as well. You mentioned that conceded form line certainly does suit. Just ran out of time in that race. The 1200 was too short. Now stretches out to the 1400. Although getting barrier 12, we'll be able to just go back and then attack the line strongly. So again, a nice each way chance. I think there are plenty in the races. I'm going with one of them, number 10 Futurism, but zero confidence about it. From number 5, Phantom Choice, 9 Belle Levy and 4 Cheval.
I've got the one on top, Ishmael. From the 7, Studio 54, number 2, Angel Sky, and 5, Phantom Choice.
Race number 7 at Belmont Park. It is Perth. Race number 11 for our Singapore viewers. A full field to finish us off over the 1200 metres.
Yeah, very competitive. Hopefully you've got the field in your quaddie. We'll have a look at number 16, Black Grape, getting through the field nicely to run third behind Conceited.
Black Grape, Beyond a Love, over towards the inside, and then Studio 54 leaving the 300 behind them. Conceited called upon. It's Conceited, the leader from Streets of London. Chilli Storm, our mate Charlie, and Beyond a Love is starting to thread his way through when they head past the 100. Conceited, though, still clear from Beyond a Love. He's got them. Conceited first up. Conceited too good. Conceited beat Beyond a Love.
Strong performance there by Black Grape. It was really the turning point for this horse. Obviously, it has been in pretty average form leading into that. Hasn't won for 602 days. It's had the 38 career starts for only 2 victories. My big question mark, though, was it only had the 52.5 kilos. Had barrier 4 as well. Had absolutely every single thing go its way. May not get the same if it gets a run for this race.
Yeah, I think it settles a little bit closer here. I like its chances at $26 if it gets a run, of course, but there are some other handy chances as well in the run, Adam. Number 3 there, Regal Gleam, will open up favourite.
Yeah, certainly will, and deserves to be as well. Take a look at the form lines. Beaten by Your Rumman and then beat Chocoholic. Also in that race, it was Count Tomozov, which raced on Saturday and was looming up nicely before just coming into a bit of trouble as well. They are the superior form lines for this race. 2 from 2 at the track and distance. Barrier 3, 58 kilos. She's certainly the one to beat.
A couple of the Jimmy Taylor runners as well we've got here, Recoiled and Prime Witness. Now, the question mark is out on these two because, as we know, they will go forward. Whether they've got enough in hand over the 1200 metres to be there at the finish, I'm not sure. I think Prime Witness may have come to the end of her tether at this preparation, and Recoiled second up. Look, if he goes back to what he showed us in the later stages of the summer and early parts of the autumn, he's right in this.
That is the big question mark for this race. They're going to be suited by conditions if they do go forward. They've both got nice gates as well, barrier 4 and barrier 6. I don't think either can run the 1200 metres out strongly. That's my question mark here. I think they are Saturday class gallopers, so that then brings them into advantage and why I put them in my numbers. But I'm not sure how strong they'll do this. We've got the Claim with Recalled, Shelby Botel taking off 3 kilos, some gear changes as well. The lugging bit and Bubble Cheek are both going on. Then Prime Witness, barrier 4, the 56 kilos, should get a really nice run, but it will be intrigued to see how they go, as I said, in my numbers, because A, Saturday class, and some of the other better chances like Angelic Angel, Big Caroline, drawn really wide here as well. But I'm going to go with number 3, Regal Gleam. I think it's the one to beat. From 9, Sealed with a Kiss. Really interested to see how this horse goes with the Warwick stable. Number 2, Recalled, and 14, Prime Witness.
I'm going the 16 on top, Black Grape, hoping it gets a run at nice odds. From the 2, Recoiled, it will lead and will be there a long way of the way, especially if it is a leaderish kind of day. From the 3, Regal Gleam, and number 9, Sealed with a Kiss.
Time now to turn our attention to the best bets of the card, and I'm going to go with race 4, number 3, Musgaze, and race 7, number 3, Regal Gleam.
I'm going with race 1, number 3, Tented and looks one of the better chances of the day. And race number 5, number 6, Special Jewel.
Hopefully we can find you those winning selections, and it is a successful day at Belmont Park as well. Do follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, perthracing.com.au for all of your event information, and do keep an eye on the conditions as well with some of the rain expected. On behalf of both of us, hopefully we found you plenty of winners, and we'll be back again later on the week with another edition of the Block C.